Hey everybody, Dave here. This is a single video in my 15-part series for Let's Build in Blue Prism using Notepad++. I'm assuming that if this isn't part one, then you have seen the video prior to this. Let's get started. Set general settings. Most of this is going to be, I think, pretty easy. We can take a collection of items, a pairing basically, where we get like localization. So we get like an element name, and then we get the value that we want to be in it. If the value is true, that will work just the same as writing the value. The difference here is that in some of these, like in localization for English or whatever, this may not work quite the same. We might actually be writing that using a write stage, whereas I didn't even test that before. We could test it now. Let's find out how this application reacts to using a write stage for some of these elements. All right, so we need to write some values. So let's just try like true for all of these. This should work for all of them except for English up there. And let's just test it for. Let's do. Oh, I need to rename that. This one is actually dynamic tab bar. Does not work for hide. Okay, we're going to use a write stage, putting the value true into whatever random elements on the page. Let's try checkbox hide toolbar. So that should be this one. No idea if this is going to work. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is going to be easier than I thought it was. We can actually change this to be dynamic for all of them, but I don't know if we really need to. Let's just test it on all of them, see if it works. So we have toolbar. Where's toolbar? I'm confusing myself here. Like standard or small icons. Let's try that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Here. Whoop. Wow. That is not bad. Okay. We might be able to do it for every one of these. Let's say that our contract with the process is that they always, if they're going to call on set general settings, they have to give an input for every single thing. I don't usually like handling it that way, but sometimes it's just got to be that way. And I guess what we can do is have some initial values, and if they don't provide the value, then it'll use the initial value. We'll do that. So let's say that our input is going to be for every single item on the general preferences page, this isn't quite as dynamic, right? But that's okay, because the application shouldn't really change, and if it did, it probably wouldn't take all that much effort to adjust it. And we'd hope that if the application changed for one machine, it would change for all the others too, because they should have the same installation of Notepad++. So let's just do something really quick. We'll say the inputs for these will be like localization, data type text, and we'll just create individual data items for these. Toolbar, hide toolbar, flag, hide toolbar, small I see. there's a situation where you would want to choose, it'd be like multiple selection, and you'd say, what do you want for the toolbar icons? And they would type small icons, big icons, or standard icons. That's okay, right? I mean, they could choose one of those, and then that value, no, because we want to write true or false into these. So the person who's calling this needs to just understand that we will actually be writing the values true or false into every one of these. So small icons, big icons, and standard icons, flag, small icons. Wait, we can just create it like this. These, let's add a few more from the left side. Show document list panel. And I guess we could say toolbar, small icons, toolbar, big icons, toolbar, standard icons, then this stuff. So let's use the same thing. Hide toolbar, and then we'll do document list, show document list panel. All right, disable extension column. Show status bar. Then the rest of these would be tab bar. Probably want to do hide tab bar so it's clear what that's referring to. But the rest of these, I don't think I really need to say tab bar on them because people setting this should understand what that is. So we'll say multi-line. It's a lot of inputs, right? If you feel like the way I'm doing this is not the best way, I want to hear about it in the comments. Don't just sit there and, tell yourself about it. Tell me too. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay. Vertical reduce. Lock. No drag. And drop. I just think this is, while this is not as easy to manage, because when you update this later on, this could make things annoying. If you decided to handle this differently, the organization of calling like the general settings and stuff, if you decided to split it up into groups or whatever, having all these inputs everywhere could make that a little bit difficult to reorganize. But I just think that this is going to be the easiest way for a developer to call on these actions. Show close button, and they don't have to worry about like spelling everything quite right. They're just choosing true or false for most of these, and they just have to make sure they choose the right one when they're giving the input. Double click to close document. Exit. On close the last tab. On close the last tab. Flag. All right, and last one. Hide menu bar. I'm just gonna leave that. Whew. All right. Let's open this up a little bit, and you know what? We could reorganize this, but I'm not gonna. So, I don't know. I think probably off screen I'll do that. I'm not going to waste time on screen just to organize those all over here. I guess I could move them. Look at me saying I'm not going to do it, and then here I am. All right. Now, we are just going to write into all of these in one write stage, but I would like to verify we're on the right page first. So navigate to preferences has at the end what I need. Navigate, let's see. But I don't want it to say appears. I want it to say window exists. True. And then window error, preferences window. Preferences window could not be found. And then at the end of it, let's see here. Right values. So it's funny, looking back now, I actually didn't need to use active accessibility mode because, well, it's probably still good that I did, because if I wanted to expose an action that gets the general settings and pass it back to a process, having active accessibility is going to make that way easier, and I'm not even sure that it's possible to do it with Win32 mode. It wasn't giving me the option to find out what the whether something is selected or not. But I guess you could just do read, and that would probably do it. Silly me. So maybe both those would work, but I think active accessibility would be fast enough, and I don't think we're really going to notice a performance difference. So we're going to write the values, and then we are not going to leave the page. We're just going to write the values and call it good, because then we can just navigate away from preferences by clicking close. Now let's add into this write values stage all of that stuff. Boy. All right. Whew, man, there's gonna be quite a few of these. So, oh, and they're not even in any particular order. I might should have numbered these. Ugh. Okay, we want localization first. It's a text. It's text. Localization is text, and then it goes into, that's not going to be right. Local combo box, localization. Okay. Then man, we got a bunch to add. So hide toolbar. Hide toolbar, and we want the value to go into hide toolbar. Oh man. So toolbar, small icons, big icons, standard icons, and then the values over here. Standard goes here, big icons here, small icons here. We can just drag this on, and it should be asking for dynamic input. Multi-line. Maybe we didn't set that right up, or we didn't set that as a dynamic one. Match. We need the name to be dynamic. And then let's go back in. It should be asking us for an input. Yeah. Okay. So we'll go back and do that afterward. But we've got multi-line, vertical, reduce, lock, and exit, and close. Okay. Now we do dynamic for all of these. And then inside of each of these, we will choose, I don't know that I like this so much. I'm going to do this for now, but I'm not so sure how I feel about this, because I probably shouldn't be hard coding this stuff here, although it would be hard coded in the in application modeler as well. This is actually kind of pointless, isn't it? Well, let's just do this just for the practice of it, but just so you know, like, looking back on it, maybe it wouldn't have been that big of a deal to just create extra elements in application modeler for each of these, since I'm already putting in nearly the same amount of effort, and actually it's probably exactly the same amount of effort. So I don't know that this is really helping anything, and it's making it a little bit confusing. So here we are though. Vertical. And I'm going to be really surprised if I don't type any of these wrong. Reduce. Oh, you know what? I should be able to type, like, I should be able to copy this and paste it in here, and then just replace the beginning and ending characters with quotation marks. I'm a genius. All right. Now let's click OK. I'm nervous. Is this even gonna work? Let's save this. Set up right stage to use way too many inputs. Oh man. We need initial values for all of these, I think. So let's say small icons is going to be false. Okay, we've got to make sure all of them are initialized with values so that they can be written if no values are provided. Let's test it. Exit on close the last tab. Shouldn't that be false? Well, that one worked. Oh, it worked now. I wonder why it didn't work before. Okay, so I have a screenshot now of that, just in case something goes wrong. Let's navigate to Preferences. And then we will set the settings, but after I change a few of these. I mean, it appeared to work, so what this might mean is that it just needs to retry on its for itself. Okay, let's publish it and just test it fully. Set general settings, and then published. All right, thanks for watching this part of this 15-part series in Let's Build in Blue Prism, where we work with Notepad++. I'll see you next time.